Welcome back. In a masterwork certain to delight longtime readers and also win over many new ones, a well-known author from Arizona is bringing together two of her most beloved protagonists in her most suspenseful novel yet.
J.A. Jance is here to talk about her newest book, Dance of the Bones. And Miss Jance, before we start talking about the book and this amazing collaboration of characters, I want to talk about you for a little bit. You spent a lot of time on a reservation, and that has influenced your writing. Is that right?
Well, it influences these books. I taught at Pueblo High for 2 years after I graduated from college, and then I went out to Sells as a K-12 librarian. And the things I learned on the reservation, the stories, the legends, the customs, are all woven into the back of my Walker family books, of which Dance is number 5.
And I love that you live part of the time in Seattle, you live a part of the time in Arizona. Of course, that's where we know, the characters are from. And so did that play anything into why you decided, I guess now was when you were going to have Walker and Beaumont come together and work on a case?
That actually happened because my editor asked me if I would do it.
A good, honest answer.
There we go. That's an honest answer.
And because I had done crossover books before with Joanna Brady and J.P. Beaumont, I thought it would be no problem. And then I sat down to write the book, and it was a big problem because I've been writing about J.P. Beaumont for 30 years without ever knowing. He didn't go to kindergarten. He does not know how to play well with others.
Oh, that would be a problem.
And he just wouldn't behave himself. And so finally, the only way to get him to sit down and shut up was to write a separate novella called Stand Down. And I took the part of his story that had become a roadblock in Dance of the Bones out, and then he behaved himself after that, and they were able to work together.
Well, I know you've actually been quoted as saying that you kind of felt like you were going back and revisiting friends as the characters, kind of getting to re-see them again, even though they're your imagination.
Yes, I made them up, but they feel real to me.
Yeah.
You know how you get Christmas cards from people you care about, but you don't see them very often, and you always like to get that Christmas card and kind of catch up. Well, the only way I can catch up on these folks is to write another book.
Write another book.
I love that. Well, I think this is such a unique concept, and as a reader, love that when two different series can come together like that. And this is actually not your first time doing that. Is that correct?
No, that's correct. I've done it 3 other times. And this is my 51st book. I started writing in the middle of March of 1982. This is my 51st published novel. And for someone who wasn't allowed in the creative writing program at the University of Arizona in 1964, I think that's fun.
You have shown them. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And so we're talking about the collaborations with the different characters that you have done. Now, did you get feedback from readers when you've done this before? Was it positive, or how did they feel about that?
Well, the whole idea of crossover books is to bring readers of one series to the other series. And one woman wrote to me and said, "I can't believe you let Joanna Brady and J.P. Beaumont have an affair." And I wrote back and I said, "What book were you reading?" Because
I remember that one.
So that's another thing that's interesting, and sometimes the readers take the stories and move them way beyond what's on the printed page.
Reading between the lines that they think is in there.
They read between the lines. That's
funny.
true.
Well, I know we have viewers and readers, of course, that want to know, are Beaumont and Walker going to work together again?
Well, at this point, they're both involved in cold case situations, and DNA daily solves crimes that happened 30 and 40 years ago. And there are 2 cold cases in this book, in Dance of the Bones. One from here in Tucson, where Brandon Walker was the arresting officer, and another in Seattle. And that's what brings these 2 investigators together.
Well, let me say that your books are absolutely amazing. I think your creativity is amazing. We were just talking during the break that yesterday was J.A. Jance Day in Bisbee, where you grew up, and definitely well deserved. It's so glad. I'm personally am so glad that you come back here to your roots and to where you grew up, and share still everything that you're doing and how your career has just really just flourished, and you continue to come back and make sure that Arizona is a part of your tour, because I know you're going everywhere.
Yes, yes. As they say, rode hard and put up wet.
But you always make sure to come back here and give your fans and your readers here an opportunity to see you, and they're going to get that again.
And I'll be here for this next Tucson Festival of Books, assuming they'll have me after Dance of the Bones, because Dance of the Bones starts at the Tucson Festival of Books.
Oh, wow. That's neat.
That's definitely Italian. Ms. Jance, I want to thank you so much for stopping in. This is such an honor to have you with us. And please, next time you are in town, definitely come in. Let us know where your creativity is going.
Will do.
Absolutely.
Thank
now,
you.
You can meet J.A. Jance at any of the events you see listed on your screen, so please take a look. For complete details about times and locations and to get her wonderful books, you can visit jajance.com.